Facts Verse presents Man Digs Up Mysterious Safe, but what was inside shocks everyone. Now, before we shock you, how about you help us spread the word about Facts Verse by clicking that like button? And also, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. That way, you won't miss our future videos. Matthew Emanuel and his wife Maria, they bought a home in Todd Hill, Staten Island. He and his family moved in, and they loved their new home. And for years they lived there. In the backyard, there was an old, rusted box. Matthew just ignored it, assuming it was some kind of electrical cabinet or something. And the box went untouched for years. It was obvious because it was covered in rust. And Matthew never touched it because he just wasn't really sure that there was still electricity going through the box or not. He wanted to be safe. Also, there was poison ivy growing around the box, which kept the Emanuel family away from it. Rather than bothering with it, they just put mulch over it and left it alone. But during the harsh winter of 2018, the trees by the fence where the box was located came down. And after the trees fell, a deer came up and ate most of the plants that surrounded the box. Well, now it was out in the open. When spring came and the snow melted, the box was completely visible. Matthew didn't know what to do. The strange box was visible from the window in the family room. It could be also seen from the front deck. Matthew became more and more curious about this eyesore of a box. Well, since the winter's storm had wreaked so much havoc in the backyard, Matthew had to redesign the backyard anyway. He knew that it would be a major project, so he decided to hire a landscaper. He found somebody with some good references, and he scheduled an appointment. The landscaper's name was Robert Foley, but he went by the name Bamboo Bob, and it was in April in 2018 that he came to Matthew's home. Bamboo Bob had done many jobs across New York and New Jersey over the years, and he had seen some pretty crazy things throughout his career. Matthew's design plan included a garden with a small thicket of bamboo on the side of the backyard. The deer wouldn't eat that, and it would act as a wall to give his family some privacy. When Bamboo Bob and his crew started their work, it was inevitable that they would come across this rusted box. And when they asked Matthew about it, he told them that he had never touched the box. He just worked around it. Matthew explained that he assumed the box was an electric box used for the electric fence that was once on the property. Well, that wasn't enough for Bamboo Bob. He wanted to know exactly what that box was and what it was for, so he decided to dig it up. It wasn't just his curiosity either. He knew the box needed to be moved if Matthew's plan was going to be possible for his backyard renovation. So the man dug up this mysterious box, and what was inside of it stunned everybody. When Bob and his crew excavated the box from the dirt and got it out of the soil, they found the box was not for electrical use at all. The box had a dial on it, which told the team that it was some type of safe. Matthew couldn't believe it. All these years he assumed that the box was just an old, rusted-out cabinet. When they got the whole box out, which they now knew was actually a safe, the men discovered it was about 2 feet across and 1.5 feet tall. They estimated it weighed about 100 pounds. Matthew and the men took it to the porch so that Matthew could try and get it open. He used a pickaxe and smashed it into the safe. Inside, he couldn't believe what he found. There were stacks of $100 bills, each about 3 inches thick. There were also small plastic bags that contained hundreds of chunks of gold, jade, earrings, jewels, and diamond rings. When Matthew got into the safe, he found that water had caused a great deal of damage. Many of the bills were destroyed. Matthew did his best to dry out the bills that could be saved, and in the end, he was able to save about $16,300. When Matthew saw the jewelry, he realized it had to belong to someone. In the safe, he found an address and went to that house. The woman there told him that she had been robbed years earlier by a serial robber called the Ninja Robber, and she had lost her safe and its contents. When Matthew showed her the belongings, she was elated. She offered Matthew a reward, but he refused. He also placed a ceramic elephant in the area where the safe used to be to commemorate the experience. What would you do if you found a safe full of money and jewels in your backyard? Tell us in the comments below, and subscribe for more.